Hey everyone, welcome back. So in my previous video, I talked about how Palantir is going to dominate our future. I'm going to take that comment and go a step further, and I will show you some proof, some patents that Palantir is actually practicing right now, and I will show you how this is all be connected in the end. Things like this makes me even more bullish about the company and why I feel this company is going to be one of the most important companies of our time. Do me a favor, watch this video till the end. If you get anything out of it, only if you get anything out of it, then hit that share, subscribe, and like button and help this channel, help this video go out to more Palantir lovers. Here's my screen. So what I have done is I have divided this research into two parts. Number one, I'm going to show you a quick snapshot directly from Google Patents to show you how many patents Palantir currently has. Now, this is not a conclusive list. Palantir may have a lot more patents, but I'm going to just show you quickly of how many patents pull up on Google. So if I just do Palantir Technologies, it has about 1,431 patents. Now, Google Patent is actually an amazing site. You can find the patents about all different companies there. So I do recommend you guys going and checking it out and seeing the list of all the patents that they have. And as soon as June 10th, they got published or they got awarded some patents. So it's a very, very active site where you can search for patents. Now we know that Palantir is a disruptive data analytics company, and now actually they're going into data mining as well, according to some new patents. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the three patents which I found to be extremely, extremely important and why I'm making this video. It all gets connected here. Okay, so the three patents, and they're not brand new. They have been issued for almost 2 years now. Look at this. Palantir wants to be able to parse data sets as large as trillions of email messages. Okay, so they are basically what they're doing is they are going through the emails, they are reading through the emails. Now, again, I'm not saying that they are snooping between yours and my email, but it's a data company, data is everywhere, and once we put something in the cyber world, it's meant to be there forever. So we can't really, even though we delete our messages, it doesn't really go away anywhere. So Palantir is building technology to mine and analyze multiple petabytes of data. That's a lot of data. For reference, neurologists estimate that the human brain's ability to store memories is equivalent to about 2.5 petabytes. That's huge. And Facebook has about 300 petabytes of total data, and they are talking about millions and millions of petabytes. 300 petabytes versus multiple petabytes of data. Okay, so multiple Facebooks get together. Think about the things that Palantir would know about us. You know, that you're discussing vacation, you're discussing taking a trip, you're discussing a new job, you're discussing anything in the email is analyzed, read by Palantir servers, and then predict what's going to happen with you in the future. It's pretty interesting. Now, this particular patent makes a lot more sense if you look at this news. So Palantir recently partnered with Ringier, and Ringier is a Swiss company, Swiss media company. A quick visit to their website for Ringier, and if you go to their portfolio, you can see a list and list and list of companies that Ringier owns or Ringier's operate. Magazines, we are talking so many different things, e-commerce sites, we are just endless things that you have on Ringier's site. So you can imagine how Palantir is going to benefit from this partnership with Ringier because they have the data or they have the knowledge or the software that Ringier really wants, because they want to know what their customers are thinking and doing and how are they going to be behaving in the future. Because see, it's all future prediction that these advertising companies wants to know. And that is why when you Google something on saying that, you know, a trip to Hawaii, for example, all of a sudden on your Facebook, all the Hawaii ads started to populate and started to come. It's crazy how things all connect. Okay, the second patent, which was really interesting, is it wants a household data such as income and other signals to predict consumers' future actions, such as canceling a subscription service. Imagine that your spending habits, and this is the patent in detail, your spending habits, your saving habits, or your subscription habits is going to define what you are going to do in the future. If you are subscribing to Netflix, would you be subscribing to HBO Max, or would you be subscribing to Amazon Prime? And think about it, how important that is going to be for companies. Just think about that, right? I have a business. I would want to know what my customers are thinking or what my clients are thinking. And I'm ready to pay top dollars for that because that's going to help me make decisions for my future products or my future sales and marketing efforts. This is massive for advertising companies, for consumer brands, for anything and everything that we use in our daily lives. And Palantir as a company is going to give that edge to their clients. Who wouldn't want to sign up? All the big companies wants to know this data. They're already doing it. But I feel Palantir is light years ahead in terms of how they are going to be able to group that data and present that data to the business owner so they can make the decision on how to move forward. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 pattern. In a very minority report type pattern, Palantir also wants to use data points connected to individuals to predict future criminal activity. Okay, I'm pretty sure some of you do already know about this, that Palantir has been working with New York State, with LA, and with I think a few other states about it. And some of them is public knowledge, some of them is secret, and some of them has been canceled or their contract has been canceled because Palantir was predicting how the person is going to behave in the future based on different data points that they collect on that person. So they were like, okay, this is discrimination, you can't really predict. I understand. But look, the power of software or the power of a company that they are actually right now be able to use. New York and LA is still using them. But what I'm saying is that this is the type of data that this company has on people that they can not only predict their subscription status, they can actually predict their criminal activity. They can actually predict of what you are thinking even without you knowing what you're thinking because that's what you have done that in past. I mean, it's a mouthful if you keep repeating that, but I feel that the company is so smart and they are going in such a right direction. In my opinion, no other company can come really close to Palantir of where they are and what they're doing with the technology. It's mind-boggling. Okay, now let's talk about their stock for a second, because again, you are watching this because A, you are interested in the company on what they're doing, B, you are an investor. So I'm both. I want to know what the company is doing. I want to know how they're progressing. And at the same time, I have a lot of money invested in Palantir. So I want to know where their stock is going. So here's the chart where I'm going to show you on what Palantir stock has done and where do I see Palantir go from here. Now, there is in no means this is a deep dive on financials. I'm going to make a separate video for that. This is just I'm showcasing on where do I see the trend go from here and maybe where do I see the stock end in 2021. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside my computer. All right, so now we are inside my computer, and as you can see that Palantir at high was at $45 back in hit $45 back on January 27th. So if we calculate from all the way from $45 to all the way where on 5/11, which is May 11th, it came down to almost 60%. It has lost 60% value. Now, what does it mean for stock and where do we see the stock go from here? So what has changed recently is, as with any other stock, the market is doing well. We feel that the money is coming back in the growth stocks. If you look over here, the trend line indicates that Palantir is actually on the uptrend. Everybody knows that the stock price has gone up. But see what happened along with that. The MACD has turned positive. On top of that, we have maintained the RSI on top of 50 level, which is really bullish. See, there is uptrend, there is downtrend, I'm sure you know it, but not many people know it. RSI can tell you which trend we are in if you just pay attention to the level. See, we all know, or most of you would know, that if RSI goes to about 70 level, that's overbought. There's a downward pressure that could come, or if the RSI touches to 30 mark, that means the stock is oversold and there could be an uptrend or an upward pressure on the stock. But very few people know that if RSI is at above 50 level, that means that stock is on uptrend. And what you can do is you can plug any stock over here. Doesn't matter Palantir, doesn't matter Tesla, doesn't matter Apple. You can plug any stock and you would see that anytime the RSI has maintained over 50 level, the stock has done well, has continued to do well. So over here, if you can see, it's already above 70. So it's kind of an overbought territory. That means a downward pressure could come. But since 524, or I would say the exact date would be 526, the stock has actually crossed that 50 level on RSI. That means there is an uptrend on the stock. And in my opinion, that's going to continue for next few months as more and more money comes back in the growth stock. Now, this is a long-term investment. I always tell everyone that, hey, this is a long-term investment. So please understand that you are not going to double your money tomorrow if you invest money in this stock today. This is a long-term play. And I'm going to do a deep dive in the financials about, if we're looking at forward PE ratio, 186. Wow. I mean, look at that. The free float of the share. I'm going to discuss all that in the future videos. But right now, I just want to pay your attention to only two things. Number one is that RSI is looking strong for the company. There's a lot of volume that's coming in. And we can see from the trend line that stock is in the upward trend. That means, and I feel it's going to continue as we go. And if I zoom in over here, you can see that it's forming that, resistance over here. Then it's making new low highs. So I feel this stock is going to continue in the uptrend in the coming few months. So I really hope you liked today's video and you enjoyed today's video. If you get anything out of it, please do me a favor and hit that share, subscribe, and like button. Love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, you all have a wonderful day.